fucking cool, man. I love it. I'm a little bit overly excited about this. This is gonna sound fucking cheesy, I know. I feel so stupid when I talk about it. This is not the first time I've talked about it. I think it's the first time I've talked about it on stream. Or I've talked to people about it. But sometimes, I don't know. I guess I just feel so satisfied, happy with whatever the fuck that's going on in my music that, like, I like have to, like, choke back the tears, like, don't do it, Nolan, don't cry. And man, when this, listen, this song right here, I've been working on it for a long ass fucking time. I've never streamed any of the work on it. I have used it before, to be clear. I believe I had, not I believe, I know I used it in, my previous JRPG, what is it called? RPG Maker game that I did, which you should go check out. Pretty cool game. You know, it's simple but fun, and it'll be over quickly. So yeah, I used this theme, as the main theme for the song. Let me bring it up here. This one. Right, so I've had this song for a long ass fucking time. Let's see, what is, when was this? That one's not right. That one I had to, like, change the volume on and stuff like that. Let's go to the original version. Look at that. It's almost been a year. Holy shit, let's bring this over. Look, right there, created this file, Monday, May 10th, 2021. Alright? So here's the thing. This is like the main, like, it's still, I'm not even gonna call this finished. I had this idea, and we'll see it when I get into RPG Maker. How it's gonna be used. And there is a town which will be kind of like your main hub for, you know, shopping and daily life necessities in the game. And I wanted to use, you know, rather than come up with, like, something new for the, like, town song or whatever, I was just like, you know, what would be great is just using this theme. Like, all of these RPG Maker games, all of these games are just like steps towards making my magnum opus, if you will. And so, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm so fucking excited about music right now. Like, it compared to the music, I know. I've thought about this. Is that I have yet to have completed a single song that I've shown on my streams. I get it. I know. But I have actually completed music. Believe it or not, I do complete songs. I have actually completed 2 songs since I last streamed, and I've made a ton of progress on this song here, which I'm so excited about, because this little fucking melody, I'm fucking humming to myself all the fucking time, and just hearing it fucking come together, it's just, when all of this just, like, fell into place, I'm just like, I'm crying right now. Why am I so soft? Why am I so soft? Why am I crying to this? But seriously, God, it just hit here, man. When it just, the strings came, like, let's listen to it again. Like, I get it. Maybe you don't feel the same way. Obviously, there's no way you feel the same way. But I feel this way, damn it. I feel this way. And so, listen to it again, damn it. Ah, it's so. I love it. Yeah. Hey, hang on. Let's we gotta do some stuff here. I'm getting all caught up in my shit here that I gotta make sure that all the YouTube and the Twitch and Restream and all that shit's set up. Yes, yes, sir. Oh, the title is still incorrect because for whatever fuck all I scheduled. See, this time I scheduled the stream. See, this is why I should. All right, let's just. Okay, here. No. What was? Oh, I just. No. Either making music for. It disappeared. Shit. Okay, either making music for my RPG Maker game, or I'm making my RPG Maker game. Yep. Update all. There we go. Okay. That's cool. There's the chat. And then we want to go over the live stream on YouTube. I'll be ready to delete spammers. I don't need to open Twitch. It's fine. Okay. Right. So, let's look in RPG Maker real fast. Here. All right. So, this is still the same sandbox that I was working on last time I streamed. You'll obviously notice that there's a lot more going on. Allow me to explain. Let me go ahead and put the character here, and we will start it. What's the volume at? Let me pull this up. Maybe we can bring the volume up a little bit. Oh, my computer's doing that thing again where it's just decided, I don't want to show you. It was, my volume thing was there earlier, but now it's not there. So that's cool. I'll just bring up the mixer here and I don't know, let's pull this up to like 20. Set all these to 20. That's probably fine. Before I close it, let's test again. Yeah, no, let's bring it up more. Let's bring it up to like 40. How about that? Almost. Sound checking. It'd be great if I had an audience here that just like was like, yo, volume's too low, volume's too loud. See, now I can't hear myself, so I gotta turn down headphone volume. Since there's, I might as well just like fucking turn it all the way up at this point. Set it to maximum. All right. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do. Setting it to maximum. All right, there. Okay, cool. So now, oh yeah, it's much louder than volume settings. All right. Set it back. What is 75? 75 would be fine. It's just like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. 75. Yeah. All right. That's probably fine. Okay. So yeah. Obviously, no, it's fine. Obviously, I've gone in. I've made some changes. I have a fancy new font. Believe it or not, I bought a font. I bought this font face to give my game a unique identity. So there we have it. I have licensed a commercial font for my game. But that's not all. Let's go ahead and just do new game. It'll bring me into the sandbox here. And as you can see, it's a lot different. And that's because there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. So, first, let's take a short tour here. So last time I think I had assigned like swords or something for just the junk that was laying around. I've done some custom art now. It's not very good, but I think it gets the job done. We have, let's just set this to full screen. Yeah, there we go. So we have this log. Because of the way that RPG Maker handles sprites, it's I guess like a ping pong effect where it goes back and forth when selecting the sprites. So I just wanted this little like light beam that's going across the log to just like shine across, but because RPG Maker is the way that it is, it goes across and then back up. So, oh well. Anyways, custom sounds for pickup. There was kind of a delay on that, but whatever. It also kind of reminds me of a Minecraft sound, but I assure you it's not Minecraft. All I did is I used my desk here and just like that. Did a few tweaks and with a EQ and stuff like that, and got that sound. Yeah, wow, that was a hell of a delay. There we go. Just it's taking a minute to call stuff, I guess. All right, and then paper too. So now you pick up paper. More custom sound effects. I used my book over here that I have next to me for some of that sound. And then also I used this little like post-it note paper, just like that. So sound folly. So yeah. So that's that, and I'm going to pick up these two over here. Now, the reason these are here and there's this, like, sandy square is that these are variables. So this is variable 1. Oh, technically, I think it's variable 0. It's indexed, so it starts at 0, I think. I think that's how it goes. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these will spawn at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's 0. There we go. Yep, so we picked those up. We talked to this lady. Oh, look at that. It's like visual novel stuff, right? There's a character on screen. Wow, it's so fancy. And the priest says, return every 3 levels and I can teach you a new skill. So this chest still gives me money. I returned the victory sound there. And save system. Save system looks fancy. Look at that. 3 files. You get a whole little screen here. It says your... See, you can see my mouse, right? Yep. Shows your playtime. I don't think the RPG Maker playtime counter, maybe that is 34 seconds? I don't know. Whatever. Total saves. This is how many times you've actually overwritten the file. N is notes. That's money. And these are just random variables. I'll adjust those later. So, yeah. It's weird that it does say... Oh, that's where... Okay, alright. So, yeah. So, I've assigned all the sound effects from the previous game. That's what the ba-doop and ba-doom sounds are. That one. So, those were in my previous game. I was missing a UI sound effect in my previous game that I have actually made using the same synthesizer that I used to make all those sounds. So the new one is this. Right? Alright, so there's that. Now if we talk to this dude. Come back when you have enough pages and I'll make you something good. So I have these chests over here, so we can open them up. And then talk to him. Oh, you have enough. What type of manual would you like to purchase? So what this system is it's checking if you have enough of a key item. So, in a way, I guess you could think of it as like another currency. Which actually, that's just what came to mind just now. When I had set this up, I kind of thought of it more like Zelda's Piece of Heart system, but instead of it just automatically becoming a new heart when you have enough, instead you have to talk to someone to, I guess, assemble the heart, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So, that's why it's also, I think it's called a piece of a book. I couldn't call it a piece of book. Yeah, I couldn't call it a piece of book. That would just sound weird. So it's a piece of a book, which then kind of defeats the reference to a piece of heart, but whatever. Anyways, you get access to these different manuals. I've highlighted the significant text while still giving them silly names. For example, Master's Forgiveness, The Art of Physical Assault. That's not at all a reference to a meme. Magic Attack from Zero to Proficiency. That is not at all in reference to a certain book that is living next to me. Not one bit at all a reference to that. Nope. The Rich Man's Method to Meet Ladies and Gain Confidence, #1 bestseller. Yep, that's actually not really a reference to anything other than just not a reference to anything. Not a reference to an entire business of books. And The Universe's Vibrations, A Guide to Good Health. Also, again, totally not a reference to a certain genre of book. So anyways, you can see the stats that have been... these will upgrade your stats. So, for now, I'll just do Magic Attack. There we go. And we go to items, and we can, there we go, and you can see our magic attack is pretty high, magic defense too, but that you don't, I wish I could actually erase magic defense from the game, because it's not really getting used in any calculations. So I think the magic defense is just kind of set at like a default value of whatever RPG Maker sets. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Magic attack is higher. Alright, next, here's the shop guy. I kind of showed off how this works in the previous stream that I did, but I've kind of improved on the system, which I'm going to get to eventually, showing off this system. And there's a reason why I'm showing off all of this kind of stuff. It'll loop back to the music in just a moment. So anyways, right now he only has one thing, just a latte. And, oh, look at that! No matter how many times I push up, which you can totally hear me doing, I can't get more than 3. There's an item limit now. So, you can't just, why can't I hear myself in my microphone? You know, it'd probably help if I just, like, boosted my microphone a little bit. And how about that? I don't know. I'm having a really tough time hearing myself in... Yeah, weird. Okay, anyways. It is showing up here, right? It is using... Just want to check something real fast. I want to make sure that this is actually set to the correct thing. Yeah, it is. Okay. Weird. Why does it not sound so clear? Usually I can hear it much clearer through my headphones, like I'm monitoring myself. But there we go. I turned it way up, and of course now I'm like peaking in the OBS. Whatever. Okay. There's a reason for all of this. We'll get to that in just a moment. First, let's refresh the area. I'll pick up this chest too while I'm down here. Why not? Weapons are found. The whole reason why this exists is now you'll see the paper and logs and stuff are back. So I'll pick that up. I'm going to pick all of these up just like really quick. And then I'm going to refresh the area again. Let's equip a weapon real fast. Let's go with the high voltage blade. There we go. And look at that. There's a flower there. Wow. You can't pick it up. It's just there. That's some more custom art that I did. It's also not that great, but you know, whatever. I'm not an artist. It's again, it's just good enough to get the job done and nothing else. Watch this area down here where this one flower is. There's that flower is put there for a reason. The other one is just kind of put randomly, but there's more flowers. Wow. And look, now there's 2 flowers down here in the area that I told you is important. So now we'll leave again. And there's not more flowers yet. So we'll collect some more stuff. And there, now there's more flowers. So now you can look down here and now there's 3. So what this is actually indicating is in the background there is what I call the community level. And basically as you pick up trash, you could say the experience points for your community level is slowly increasing. And once the experience points reach a certain threshold from picking up enough trash, your community level will go up. What's the point of community level? Well, let's go talk to this guy. And look! He has a bunch of stuff. He has a bunch of different stuff here. He started with 1. We're currently community level 3, so at 0 he had just the latte, and then level 1, level 2, level 3. There we go. So, the shop upgrades as you upgrade the community. Okay, so, next, let's take a look at combat. We'll come back to the community leveling up thing in a moment. But let's go here and show combat. What's that music? Why, that's my music! I told you, I finished some songs. And it's pretty fucking bumpin'. Let's listen to it. Yep, and that's the full loop right there. So, yeah. Yeah. I wrote that song. I told you I finished some music during this past week. And I'm pretty proud of this one too. Like I said, I have just been I've been feeling it with music lately. Like, I'm completely reinvigorated. I keep seeing my microphone peak all the time. It's driving me nuts though that I can't hear myself in my headphones. I don't know why that is. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the mix? No, I don't hear myself. I don't know why, but whatever. So anyways, yeah. Let me show you combat now. This is probably not the best example because these guys will die pretty quick, but yeah, so this is using a similar system from the first game where you have your confidence points, which you can see at the right, Con P. I didn't shorten it to CP for a reason. I deliberately chose Con P for entirely different to kind of disassociate it with that. So yeah, so you have your Con P points, and see, it drives me nuts because I feel like I can't hear myself, so I don't know if I'm like talking really loud. So I guess I'm gonna have to do the one ear off and one ear on thing. That's where the wire is. Let's do it there. Okay. So you have your Compy points, which will go up as you get hit. Now, I've improved the system a lot from the first game, because before you could only improve your Compy points when you were being attacked. And sometimes that led to some weird problems where it's like, you need magic, you need Compy points to do magic, but the enemy misses their attack, and it's like, fuck! So, now there's a new system. It's slightly altered. So, one, when you attack, you will recover a very small portion of your MP. Your Compy. See? Restores 3 points. It's not gonna be a lot, but for the starting game, it should at least keep things moving. And of course, I'm going to probably adjust these numbers later too, because this is still all in the sandbox. Balancing will happen once I actually have levels and need to figure out, how things are going at playing through the game. So, anyways, but the point I'm trying to make here is that attacking will restore a small amount. You still have the guard option, but now guarding isn't just about reducing the damage. Like before, it would reduce the damage when you get hit, right? And basically what you want is you want the enemy to hit you to restore Compy. That was how it was in the old system. You still want to get hit to restore more. That's still there. However, it does by default also restore a small amount in case the enemy does miss their attack. You still get some Compy points. There we go. So there we go. That's the system right there. Now that we have some Compy points, we can use magic. Here's where things kind of get interesting as well. So if you read the description, does wind damage to a single target, has a 30% chance to apply wind susceptibility. Always attacks first. This is what I talked about last time, is that there was kind of a hidden mechanic within my game of damage stacking. So basically, if you use one magic attack on an enemy, it would become susceptible to that damage type. So you could use a water attack, it becomes susceptible to water, then you use another water attack, and it'll do even more damage. I've taken that concept and just have fucking run with it now. So now you can see that there's the little like gem over his head, and so that means he has a single stack of electric susceptibility. Unfortunately, I don't have any, so the sword that I equipped will automatically apply another stack. So watch, if you look at the top here, it says 1, right? So that's how many stacks of weakness he has. So that's the new mechanic here, is that it will stack the state more and more and more. So you'll start doing, your damage will start ramping up more and more and more times, the more stacks you can apply, up to 5. So if I attack him, I think the weapon I have equipped automatically applies a stack. So, now if we attack, yeah, it says 2. My sword that I have equipped right now only does physical damage. It does physical damage, but applies a stack. So it's not going to do any more damage than its base amount. So, what I can do instead is just use one of my skills here. So, like, +3 day is a wind-based attack. Now, here's what happens if you use a different type of state, a different type of element. Clears the stacks. So, there's also, I've actually built another hidden mechanic into this as well. There's a couple of different hidden mechanics. One of them will be a little bit more obvious when you get to endgame. The other one, whenever I finish the game, I'll talk about it. If I ever, like make a guide or whatever, I'll talk about that hidden mechanic. But basically, the second hidden mechanic that you'll figure out by late game is critical states. I don't think I can demonstrate it right now, but basically there's a very, very small chance that you can put the enemy into an element critical state. And this state will allow you to do massive amounts of damage, but it'll clear all of the stacks. So, yeah. Anyways, let's finish this off. We'll just use this. This is a multi-target attack. Because I boosted my magic attack way up, it's just going to wipe them out instantly. Victory music. Also, look at this victory screen. If you use RPG Maker regularly, this is probably not anything too crazy to you. If you don't know anything about RPG Maker, you might be thinking, wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's the new combat system. Yeah. I would demonstrate what this person does, but I don't really feel like grinding to level 3, so... oh, but I do want to... Okay, there's one more thing. Let's see, it's F4, right? Yep. So if we look back at the game here, you can see actually that there are 4 bats right here, and I fought the bat here. So where are these bats? Well, the way that I want this game to go is to kind of scale with your level. So what each of those bats represent is a different level of the player. It goes by ranks. The game logic that I used behind solving which enemy to spawn would get really quite tedious if I use that type of logic per each individual level of the character. I could do it in a very brute force, dumb way that I just don't want to do. I don't think it's very efficient. I mean, it's RPG Maker. I could probably run that kind of weird logic and have no problems with frames, but I still don't want to do it anyways because it's just messy. And it's really tedious to have to set it up that way, to have to do it each individual one. So instead what I did is I just set ranks, and basically after the player reaches a certain threshold, it will just move to the next rank. So yeah, so that's one of the other systems that are in place. Like I said, I don't want to grind out to level 3 in RPG Maker right now, so you'll just take my word for that. Also, I can't demonstrate what this person does, but it's kind of the same thing. Basically, if you are a certain level, she asks if you're level 3, then you'll be able to access some new spells. You notice that, it's not going to show, right? The big area of effect skill that I used to finish that fight with, that skill is actually one of the skills that she unlocks. Right now, the starting skills the player has are kind of all fucked up. I'll, mess with that later when I'm actually, trying to play through the game, play test the game as intended. But in the sandbox, I don't have to really worry about any of that kind of stuff. So, you excuse me. You're probably looking at the Switch here, so I can just show you. These are just the songs that are currently available, except for the first one. Main theme currently has nothing right now. That doesn't matter. Far Away was one of the songs that I used at the end of the first game. Piano Breaker is the new battle music. And then this one. This is going to be a level music. I had the idea for this level. I was so excited for the level that I just wanted to make the music for it, even though I haven't even started like making the level yet. But yeah, this is a really cool song too. I really fucking love this one. I'll let you listen to it. Yeah, so that's that song. So, as you can tell, I have finished a whopping 2 songs in 1 week since the last time I streamed. So believe it or not, despite what my streams might have you believe, I do actually finish music. So, okay, so that was a really long tangent. To totally not show what I wanted to show. So the most important thing I wanted to show off here was the community levels. That's what's relevant to what I wanted to talk about at the start of the stream, right? So currently I've only displayed up to 6 right here because these are the community levels, right? And but it actually caps out at 10. And I may change that in the future. Hopefully not though, because I've done something here. So we started with this song, right? But that's not how this song actually starts. So here's the fucking magic I have in my head. That sounds really fucking egotistical, but I really like this idea. And so far, everything in the sandbox has been pretty fucking cool. So I can't wait to fucking implement the music. So I'm working on the town right now. There's still a lot of work to be done, but there's some areas that have been completed. This, starting from the end of this church all the way over to the end of this building here, like these buildings are completed, the outside that is. Down here, I haven't done anything yet. This is, by the way, I know you see buildings here. This was a template that I copied, and I've been remodeling the template town. So yeah, so this is actually part of the template here. Starting from about here, I started remodeling things. I added this little park, I guess you could say. So yeah, I'm working on it. That said, in the town, you have your community level. And I have
some ideas for how I want this to go, like how I want community level to be implemented into the game. And one of those features, one of a few features, is going to be the music. So at the very start of the game, you could basically consider it rank 0. You have just it starts early, so you have this. Oh, it's gonna be really fucking quiet. Um, let's throw some volume on the master. And you can follow it's probably way too small, but you can see these purple lines here. These represent the different ranks. So here's a rank 2, and rank 3, rank 4, rank 5. Why is my bitrate dropped so much? Anyways, yeah. So now you can see. So the music goes in levels. Like, it slowly evolves based on the community level. And I think it's really fucking cool, man. I'm so I'm so happy with it. It's there needs to be some work to it. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this, because as you'll notice, at basically from rank 0 through to the end of, basically starting at rank 4. Rank 4, the last rank, is like a proper song, you know, with intro and a body, verse and chord, you know, all that kind of stuff. But then the rest is just kind of like short loops, you know. And so I was trying to decide how I wanted to do this. On the one hand, I don't honestly mind just the loops existing. I don't think it's the worst. It's kind of a short loop, but it's a pleasant loop. So, you know, I don't know if people would get sick of it. On the other hand, writing out a full song for each of these would kind of be difficult. The idea that I had, and I may go through with this, but I kind of felt like changing it as I progressed through this song project here, was to kind of sketch out how I wanted it to sound, because as you'll see, like, this piano, it's actually like 4 tracks here, because I could do this with automation, and it would probably be cleaner and much easier if I just use automation on a single track. But I was lazy, and so basically each one of these, it's the same piano, but I just changed some of the parameters and the effects there. Which is what I was saying, is that I could just use automation to do that if I wanted, but then I have to like set up the automation when it's a lot easier to just right click, duplicate, fiddle with the parameters, and call it done. But at least now, by doing that method, it's going to be really easy to just copy and paste instruments onto there. So what I could do is, now that I've written out, like, once I write out the full song, this is not the full song yet. There's another section I wanted to move into here, and then it'll probably move back into the full theme one last time before looping back to the beginning. So, but anyways, yeah. So I could just copy this song template to basically each one, and then just use the instruments for that rank. However, I don't know if that's going to necessarily work very well, because as you'll notice, some of the writing does change. For example, if we take a look at this piano track right here, so this is actually playing, let's solo this piano right here. This is actually playing the same melody. Right? It's playing that, but rather than being short and staccato, it's held longer. And there's some minor flourishes that are not included. For example, here at the very end, sorry, I messed up on the solo there. That dun 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 dun, right? That little flourish there is not in this piano part here. Right? It's supposed to be a little bit less, right? This is the big exciting moment. So, my point is that there has been some writing changes between each rank, so it would be a lot of work to actually... I don't think it would be as simple as just basically copying this template, removing the instruments that are not present for that rank, and just leaving the instruments that are present. I don't think that's going to work. So it's kind of like I more or less have to write a unique song for each one, and I think this game is a little bit too small in scope for that amount of effort. So I might just leave it. I might change it a little bit. Like, I might have it go through a couple of loops, and then maybe have like a, I don't know, a smaller section, and then just go back. So it might just be like, so it plays this loop 2 times, and then there's going to be another section probably the same length. So basically double this length. So it's not horribly repetitive until like before reaching rank, or before reaching the max rank in the music. It hopefully won't be completely intolerable with how often it loops. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. So also, I don't remember if I mentioned this yet. For the same reason that I just did ranks with the enemies instead of having a new, like having enemies scale with your level, every single level of the player, rather than having the music change with every single level of the community level or whatever. That'd be a lot of music to do. That'd be 10, because like I said, I think I set the max rank to 10. So rather than going through all the work of making 10 variations of this song, it's just easier to cut it down by half. So you have your 0 index, so you have 0, and this would probably happen at 2. Well, I guess it would start, like, it'd be 0 to 2, and then 3 to... Yeah, it'd start at 3. So 3 to... This would start at 5. So this would be 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. That's how it works. So yeah. I should mention, too, that the way that I set the experience points by collecting trash is linear. It's always the same number. And that's just because I'm a little bit too stupid to figure out how to put like an exponential curve. So that way, you know, like level 1 is easy, level 2 is a little bit more difficult, level 3 is more and more, and you know, like that. It's just...